Hello, my friends. So, if today's date, May the 22nd, is your birth date, this is a reading for you for this year. It's a three-card pull, a general energy card for the year, a challenge you might face in this year, and an action to take in this year to keep yourself balanced. So, the general energy card of the year for you is the Judge. Very interesting card. The judge is always, some part of ourselves looking to make sure that we're safe and that the truth is there and that we're fairness and is there in the process of things. Sometimes the judge goes over into the hypercritical part of self, and sometimes the judge becomes the advocate for self and others, and sometimes the judge um, becomes the moderator, the impartial being in the center who can look both ways and see the truth that sits in both realms and deems whether it is fair or not. So the judge is all about what we do with our inner judge and how we enact our inner judge, and whether we do that inner judge with a sense of harshness toward ourselves or others, or a sense of compassion toward ourselves and others, or just as a witness and a negotiator within ourselves and within others. And the key to the judges is often about love. Is how do you learn about love and compassion unless you learn how to forgive yourself and forgive others who are doing the best they can along the path they are given in the times of that we are all given in this crazy harsh world that shows up as people judging each other and people making each other wrong and people making each other in fear and calling each other to have fear about us versus them. So this is a challenging time and a powerful time to look at your sense of your judge and how they are responding to the outside world and how they are responding to your inside world. Whether you're judging yourself and treating yourself poorly because you judge yourself as wrong or bad or evil or guilty or shameful or whatever are the judgments that you hold about yourself. Maybe it's the seven deadly sins. Maybe you're, hold yourself guilty of the envy or sloth or anything else that comes under those realms. So this is a good year to look at those kind of things, to learn how to work with the inner judge, to learn how to give compassion to self and others. So what is the challenge that you face this year? Well, the challenge this year is the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands talks about being that youthful, finding that youthful part of self that wants to um, uh, feel his or her own inspiration and feel like it is their calling, and they want to take risks and they want to paint the sky and they want to live a full life feeling their own spirit calling them forward to journey, to adventure, to create art, to live a life that's authentic and true. And often that means uh, getting away from civilization, getting away from rigid thinking, getting away from indoctrination, following one's own spark, regardless of what anybody else says around you. This can be a solitary person, a solitary part of self that says, well, I'm do this alone. I'm inspired to do it and I'm going to do it alone because it feels right and it feels like my calling. So this is your challenge to step into that role, and you have to ask yourself, who is stopping you from becoming the investigator, the adventurer, the artist, the creator of one's own special pattern of character, of spirit, of communion with God, Goddess, all that is, whatever you want to call it. What is the spirit that's calling you, and why are you afraid to leap into it this year? Maybe it's outside influences. Maybe it's your own internal influences saying, no, I have to stay the course. No, I have to live within these means. No, I can't allow myself to venture into that uh, crazy world that might be possible and might not be, so I better stick to what I know and stick to what I'm told to do and stick to the trainings that I've already been trained to do. But you, but in that case, you're disregarding your soul, and you're letting something outside of your soul, your own judgments, your own harsh criticisms, your own harsh criticisms of others, stop you from possibly living your truth and being authentic in yourself. So, what is the action you can take this year to keep yourself in balance? Well, it's skunk. It's looking at uh, your reputation. It's looking at your self esteem. It's learning how to hold yourself with truth and follow your own course, and recognize that if you need to spray somebody in order to create your boundaries, you can do that. And with that comes the need to look at your reputation. Are you known to be a sprayer who puts negative energy out on others for you to get your way? Are you known to just be a clean and clear speaker who sets your boundaries clearly and doesn't make others wrong for holding their own sets of beliefs? So this is a powerful time to make your ego your amigo, as the this card can sometimes say, to make yourself and your needs and your push to be the Page of Wands, to be that spiritual energy that you want to create in a spiritual way, and to do it without making others wrong. If you believe in yourself, if you are called to be something bigger than your smaller self says you want to be, than your inner judge says that you need to be, then you need to step into it this year, and you need to not hold yourself back, and you need to find that fair judge within yourself that allows you some room to grow and some room to adventure and some room to experience, and do it authentically, rightfully, consciously, without hurting others, but being clear about how to set your own boundaries. And the skunk knows how to set its own boundaries. So live that skunk ideal, and know that you can be, the safe and vulnerable, playful skunk, playing with family, showing belly. They're only going to spray you if they're threatened. So look at what you're threatened by, whether it's an internal or an external influence. Set your boundaries, but don't let those external or internal influences that are harsh and judgmental stop you from being your true self this year. And this is a powerful time for you to grow into your authenticity and grow into your artistic, adventurous, spirit-connected self, learning how to use your judge with wisdom and not as an automatic club that keeps you in line. So blessed be. Have a marvelous year.